Reasserts his lead here. This is a big week, you guess, for Judd Trump, because we were looking back on it, Stephen, and he's got one major title in snooker, 2011 at the UK Championship, and he's been there or thereabouts. He's been close in a UK final before against Ronnie, but still waiting to add to that collection before he turns 30.
Yeah, when he lost to John Higgins in the final of the World Championship, I think most people in the game thought the floodgates would open and he would compete in these big events more often. I've been quite critical of his attitude towards the game, and he actually came in this week and admitted that he's treated the game, he's a good life, picking up a few quid, having a holiday, and not giving the game the respect it deserves. But I think the penny's dropped now, and he came in and he told us he's practicing the hours. He doesn't want to do that now. He's practicing. He wants to win these big events. So yeah, you have to. It's all about what you want from the game, and he's got the talent. He should be winning. Yeah. But as long as there's people like Ronnie around and Mark Selby, he's not entitled to win them all. Yeah. But with his talent, he should be winning some of them.
Yeah, I think he's matured an awful lot over the last 12 or 24 months as well. I think he's come to the realisation that he should be at the business end of most of these events because he has the talent, and we all know he has. But it's a matter of the commitment and the dedication that he's probably been lacking over the last maybe 5 or 6 years. We probably thought it was coming too easy, and I only have to turn up maybe. But I think it comes to a stage that you say, OK, I don't have too many years at the top. I've got to try and make the most of what I can. And
yeah, I mean, you look at someone like Jimmy White, who for all the talent in the world, and possibly should have won more. OK, came up against obviously myself and Steve Davis in a lot of world championships, and just because you've got that talent doesn't give you the divine right to win. You've got to give the game respect, and you've got to put the work in.
You've got to make the most of it. Here we go.
Good break from Neil Robertson. Little tap on the table from Judd Trump. Yeah, and picking up on what the lads were saying in the studio there, it's also a statement to yourself that you're prepared to make the sacrifice, that you've got no inner feelings of guilt. Arguably, the players all over-practiced to some degree, just to make sure they're not under-practiced.
There's the average shot times. Neil Robertson at the 22 seconds that he was telling us when he watched a lot of snooker and studied his matches. His shot time when he was at 22 seconds, 21 seconds, he won 90% of his matches. So he's been studying and taking note of that, and he's a much better player the quicker he plays. How close was that? Okay, he played it with a bit of safety in mind, but I mean, the action he gets on the cue ball is quite amazing. Oh, I hope we don't get one of those frames. There was one earlier, I can't remember who it was, where the black went over the same pocket and the match went on for it was a 45-minute frame. It might have been Judd and Mark Selby, I think it was, yeah. Oh, he's fluked one. What a fluke. He's had a bit of good running in this match. as the Australian. So there will be no long frame now that he's fluked this red.
No accounting for that. It's not the greatest shot in the world, unless he can get through to the red nearest the left corner, which I don't think he can. This makes this shot very missable. Oh, good strike. Maybe unavoidable to have got away from the pack of reds, but even so, good pot.
He's looking at the blue, but there's every chance he could cannon into the yellow. The pink will pot, but that's just as difficult. The pink, well, was almost his choice. It's all about avoiding the cannon on the yellow here and keeping your eye on the pot also. Bit more pace, he might not cannon the yellow. Played it well. Is he going to drop on a colour? Or on a red, rather? That's not bad.
13.
Well, when you do get a bit of luck, if you can make it count, it really hurts your opponent. Just didn't get into that cue ball enough to get the right kiss on the red to make this pink easy. So it looks like he's going to leave himself distance for the red over the left corner. That's what he was lined up to do. Perhaps a change of mind. It's not the easiest of pots. A bit of a judgment shot, and with that red so close to his line of his cue, a bit of a distraction. He's not on the red he was playing for.
20.
But he's got another alternative, I think. Perhaps not. Thought he'd see the red to the left of those three in a curved line. So it's a safety shot. Trying to clamp that cue ball to the cushion.
That's careless there from Judd, but I think he may have got away with it. He certainly has. So it's Judd's turn to have a little bit of good fortune. Players just having a little exchange there. I think Neil was saying it's usually me that gets away with it like that. See the side, he had lots of left-hand side there. A natural angle, there was no way he could get the cue ball in behind the yellow. That was very well judged. And you might just see a Judd Trump special here, because he may take this pot on, but he'll be screwing the white back towards the end of the table that he's striking from. He's winding himself up for a Judd Trump special here. Now watch the cue ball. be action on the cue ball. He's been a bit unlucky. He's pushed one over the left corner. You never know where they're going to finish when you play that type of shot.
Yeah, and considering he mishit it, so he wouldn't have hit the meat of the red. He's still got a screw back on. He was helped by that flick on the other red. Nevertheless, he left it on. Neil Robertson would have liked to have slipped behind that red and got a better angle on the black, but he can pot this. It could be a frame winner. Is it hard enough? Oh, he's underhit it, quit on the shot. In trying to keep control of the cue ball. He slowed his cue action down a little bit, quit on the shot a fraction. That's never reaching. This is a situation Judd Trump would love to punish him for. Put him back on the ropes if he could.
Well, it wasn't the easiest of starters. I still expected Judd to roll this into the middle pocket, but it just kept in a straight line, and when you touch the jaws, the middle pockets, they won't go in.
Well, he was looking at that as if it rolled out a fraction.
Were you saying earlier, Steve, that both players went out and were rolling the balls around just to see how the table was playing? Yeah.
But obviously, you know, when you're playing that slowly, you know, you've got to catch a finger mark. It can change the course fractionally of the cue ball, or the red, or whatever it may be.
8.
The start of the match, and after the 4 frames, they brush the table, get rid of all those finger marks.
9.
I don't think anybody really knew the outcome of this match at the start of the day.
16.
The way it's unfolded,
17.
there's no way of knowing it in a very strange way. It's just a bizarre match so far.
Yeah, I think when Neil left that black short, went back to his seat, he thought, I'll be here for a while. And then he's straight back at the table. And you won't get them any better place than this. Just another 23 points.
24.
Will leave Judd at the snooker's required stage. And just the way things
25.
are going here in this match, you can see it's having a deciding frame. You can see it going 6-5. Now, what happened there?
Neil Robertson, 25.
Shaking his head. I didn't detect, well, maybe it was a kick. Having the cue ball cleaned. Just a straightforward roll in. Yeah, the way Neil reacted with the cue in the air did get a heavy contact.
That's the trouble when you're playing those soft shots. The balls do seem to be more vulnerable to kicks. My goodness, both players have completely gone off the boil. Judd Trump's lost all his composure. But like they're both sensing that they should win this match, and they've seen the winning line already. Both players need to regroup.
is quite amazing. And where's this red coming to? That was a free shot for Neil Robertson. He wasn't going to leave anything, only the red he was taking on. I expected him to knock that in, but at the moment, both players are suffering out there. Can he get through to the blue? And even if he can, it's not a straightforward pot.
Well, these two lads are two of the heaviest scorers this season. They're not showing that at the moment. No shot for Judd Trump unless he wants to really go aggressive. So just a roll up. Tough to get a good roll up here. It's not bad.
Judd Trump 1.
I doubt very much if Ronnie O'Sullivan's at home watching this game. He's probably getting relaxing, but if he was, I'm not too sure he'd be too worried about the standard. Every day is a different day, of course. Whoever wins this match will be going in the press room and saying they need to improve for the final, that's for certain.
Yeah, both players in the 80s. You want to be in the low 90s, mid 90s, the long pot, or your putt success is brilliant. But at the moment, success with the putts is dropping.
Somebody needs to stamp their authority in this match. It's not easy when you're not feeling confident.
It's a good red, but it might be the roll-up behind the yellow again, unless you can see the blue this time. But even, as I say, it's looking at that angle, you've got to give this a little bit of care and attention. Yeah, well done. Wasn't quite as easy as it looked.
6.
As how the match has gone, this is a tough shot. Neither player's found any rhythm at the moment. Doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Betwixt and between with the positional side of it more than the actual pot. Yeah, good shot.
7.
Well, all things considered, Dennis, this would be a bit of a steal, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, and he got up off the shot a couple of times. He wasn't happy, and he made sure he was in the right frame of mind before he took that on. And they're all there. Even that one near the left side cushion is not going to be a problem for Judd being a left-hander.
10.
Another potential turning point in this semi-final coming up right now.
$17. 18.
You'd think it would be only one good positional shot needed. But at the moment, you never know.
25.
Now, if he gets the correct angle, being a left-hander, if he got anywhere near the circle, would be perfect for him. Didn't want to be too far away from the red. As long as it bounces. He's left it awkward for himself.
Well, that's a pretty poor shot. He had a fair margin
32.
of error there. And also, Dennis, if he'd have been able to have got anywhere near your circle, he'd have been a bit further away. He could have played it harder. Good recovery.
33.
In and out of balk between yellow and brown. That's one option.
Yeah, he's played your shot, Steve, and he's played it to perfection.
40.
He looked a bit
42.
shaky, did Judd. And what a boost this will be. Brown, blue and pink needed.
45.
This is always the key shot. Brown to blue when you're clearing the colours up.
Well, even though he was one frame in front,
49.
he's looked shaky, but he's really done well to clear these. Would have been easy to have had another collapse.
54.
Fantastic effort.
That will certainly make Judd Trump feel a lot better. Neil Robertson looked odds on that he was going to level the match, but Judd Trump, with that terrific clearance, gives himself a little bit of breathing space. He now leads 4 frames to 2.